Your purpose in life is to find your purpose and give your whole heart and soul to it.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sean C. Sorry I'm a little late today. Normally we start promptly here at 5 p.m. I was trying to do a lot to try to get this ready, and my God, I actually just finished making a video prior to getting ready for this live stream. So, and I didn't even think about it, but I never got the video out. I never put the video out. So it was still rendering and doing its own thing and stuff like that. So again, welcome to the Simsational Gent. My name is Sean C, as you can see on the screen. Today we are talking about why strong men suffer in silence. And I came across some clips, as you guys know, that have been here a part of the channel. As I come across clips, as I come across things from the week, I get inspired to talk about these things on the live stream. And, when you start seeing a pattern, then that's when you say, okay, maybe the spirits want me to talk about this topic, or maybe someone needs to hear this. And so, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably gonna be some pretty tough stuff to talk about. And but I want to thank all of my new subscribers that have come to the channel. A lot of people subscribe. Hopefully I see some of you all tonight. Also, I've changed a lot of things on the channel. I've tried to be more consistent now in 2022 to try to bring a better product, try to bring things that you guys will be more interested in, that is more interesting, but also still wrapping the original core message of this channel, which is to live your best life. And then the other thing I want is for, if you're watching this as pre-recorded live stream, if you have any type of videos or any topics, articles, or anything that you come across that you think might be interesting, make sure you send it to our email, which is down in the description, which is also the simsationalgent@gmail.com. And then we also have our fitness channel, which I've been slacking on. I apologize because I've been putting so much time into this channel, but I promise starting next week, I'm gonna do videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the fitness channel. And then so there's a link for that in the description. There's also a link to our Living Your Best Life merch down in the description as well. Here's the sweatshirt right here. Okay, and also I have a t-shirt. There's workout shirts, men's and ladies, all that good stuff. So hopefully you guys check all that stuff out. All right, and then in the at about the 40-ish minute point, I have a link in the description of this video for this live stream. I'll take live callers. We'll chat for a little bit, a couple questions, whatever, and then depends on the amount of people that want to come in, will determine how long we go and what we do. But I do want to get these messages out. I do want to have these conversations. I think they're pretty deep. And I think it's really important. Again, thank everybody who's here right now. Let's get into it. This next section of the show is where I do my shout outs. Let's see who is around. Thank you. How you doing, Big Girls Go Stateside? We have Lucy here. Thank you very much for being here, Lucy. I appreciate it. Hopefully we get some more people coming in soon. Sorry I started late. I want to apologize to you. And just so you know, if you come into the live stream, as long as it doesn't get crazy, but if you come in the live stream, I'm going to try my best to shout everybody out. I always do for everybody that comes up in here. All right. So, oh, and we have another shout out. We have my boy Neil from Neil, I Have a Story to Tell. Let me back up to say that if you are watching this pre-recorded or live, make sure you check out these channels, Brick Girls Go Stateside and Neil, I Have a Story to Tell. They're excellent channels, great friends of mine. I know they're doing good things. You're going to enjoy their channels, I promise. Okay? So thank you all for being here. Again, I apologize for being late. Before I get started, I do want to bring something up. So I am, as anybody knows, when I do these live streams, I have my little beverage. So it's not Captain and Coke today. I have this lovely, delicious drink. Now you might be asking yourself, what's in the glass? So this is a drink I usually have when I'm out at nightclubs, whatever. I want to kind of hype myself up. I never really had a name for it, but I have a name for it tonight, and I'm gonna tell you why. So anyway, I got all this stuff from really good friends of mine. I consider them family. And I went over and had dinner by their house last night, and then they had a box. I got to tell you a story. Have you seen the my comedy sketches where I did talk when I had Chase Cox as the lead anchor? Or when I opened up the Christmas box, it was a Cox cable box, but it had in Sharpie above Cox, it had Chase all around the box, so it said Chase Cox everywhere. Anyway, so inside was this snifter. There was also a bottle of Tito's vodka. There was some watermelon Red Bulls, and there was also some cranberry juice. Now, typically when I make this, I actually like this with cran Red Bull instead of the watermelon one, but I've been substituting that one instead. And so the name of this drink, because I always walk around with everyone's like, man, you always got a snifter in your hand. Like, who making you them snifter drinks, right? My specialty drink is called the Simsational Gent. I said, man, this is so perfect. Call this drink the Simsational Gent. Walking around with a snifter looking all bougie. This got vodka in it. This will get you crunk, I tell you. Anyway, enough about that. I want to play around with you guys, see if we get a few more people in. All right. Listen, y'all. Today's topic, is going to be pretty deep. Because we're talking about, well, let me preface by saying that realize that we're going to talk about this from a men's perspective. I don't want anyone to, if you're a woman here and you get offended or you hear something, whatever, this is a chance to listen to what we're going to say. So what I hope that we do get more people in here, more men to chime in on what they're feeling, what they're going through. There's a time for just taking a moment to listen, because it may give you some insight on the way your man feels on a day-to-day basis that a lot of guys don't open up and a lot of guys don't say what's really on their mind. And today I hope that we can kind of go into that and start talking about a few of those things. And so the reason why I titled the first part of this, Boys Stop Crying, is because as we all know, we grow up and we're young, we're little boys and everything. We go in, we all go play out at the playground and the jungle gym, and you start doing all kind of adventurous stuff until that one time that you fall and really knock the wind out yourself, right? Something's bleeding, whatever. I was always a tall kid, so I think I started riding a bike with training wheels. Then I got them off real quick, started riding the bike. Then I got cocky, so I'm on this little small bike. I was so tall, I was able to kind of get on a 10 speed, but I didn't have good control over it, right? Because those ram handles and everything. And I ended up running into the front of a car and flipped off of it. And I busted the bridge in my nose. And what's funny is I haven't looked in a while, but for the longest, you could still see a little mark right there, right? From many moons ago, let's put it that way, right? And I'm bleeding and I'm crying. Now, in that case, I was full of blood, so, whatever. But there's those times when you have those families, those people, maybe you've experienced it when you fall and say, don't you cry, suck it up, right? And that's what we're expected to do when we're little boys, to suck it up. Even the most well-intentioned people will tell you to suck it up. And that starts that you get indoctrinated with not really, you start indoctrinating into suppressing certain feelings, even as a kid, as a little boy. We don't get the option of crying sometimes. Or you start getting a little bit older. Now you're starting to get into the kids are starting to bully stage or something like that. And if you cry in front of them, then you get made fun of. we used to play the dozens when I was in grade school. And I remember it used to get pretty vicious. And when it did get vicious, what happened? The person that showed the emotion was the one who usually lost, because people would rib on them and make fun of them. People would make them feel bad because somebody's been attacking them the whole time. So what do? You start to press it down. You learn how to either take the insults better, or you end up being the outcast. Or you yourself, after you've been bullied or talked to a certain amount of way, then now to all the times you've been talked about, maybe you become the person that is actually doing the bully. Maybe you live long enough to become the villain, as they say, right? Take these sandals off. My feet is hot, okay? So that's why I want to start that off, right? Unfortunately, the pendulum has swung. The pendulum is swung. It's swinged. It's swinged into action. Okay. But nowadays, we do have kids more in their feelings and more in their emotions. And now these kids don't really know how to regulate their feelings, especially the little boys. The little boys are now being told, go ahead and you can just be free with your emotions that way. So there needs to be a balance, because part of that learning to suck certain things up helps you later on in life when certain things happen. See, we need to be teaching these young boys to express themselves, be able to talk about their emotions, or to be able to go off to the side and feel their emotions. But there's times as a man that you can't be in your feelings. There's times as a man that being in your feelings is going to make you make the wrong decision. Being in your feelings in the moment might get you killed. Sometimes it takes for you to be rational. And so we have to teach little boys to be rational with their feelings. We don't need them acting like women. We don't need them to be women. We just need them to be emotionally intelligent. And that is not being taught. Right now, these kids' emotions are all over the place. And so that's why you hear Gen X talk about, we were tough. They sent us outside all day. All right. You braved the elements. You dealt with bullies. You fell and skint. And, like I was a latchkey kid. My mom wasn't around. So if I got into fights or anything bad happened, I was getting into fights and I had no one to go home to go talk to. I didn't have my mom to clean off my knee, or to get the bruise on my eye, or to clean my knuckles off. Like, I didn't have these things. I had to do it myself. I make sure. I just realized the mic wasn't even close to me. I hope you guys are hearing all that. Let's see what Neil says. Just saw that. Neil says, so true. You have to control your emotions. Absolutely. All right. You have to be able to control your emotions as a man. That shit will get you killed. Do you understand what I'm saying? It would have gotten me killed. I've been stopped so many times by the police officers. Had I not controlled my emotions, they were looking for a reason to discharge that weapon. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you're coming up against people and especially when you live in the hood, you come up against people and they're a threat. If you go ahead and show emotion, you're going to get jacked. You're going to get robbed. All right? You have to be, let's do another shout out right here. We got Philip D. Written. Hey, man, thank you very much, bro. Thank you very much for showing up to the live stream. I really appreciate it, man, brother. I've had a lot of subscribers join the gents this week, so here's a cheers to you, my friend. We're talking about, Philip, men suffering in silence. So this first portion is talking about what we went through as kids, how we had to be tough as kids, right? We had to work through our pain. We had to work through what we was feeling as kids, and especially depends on where you lived at. I grew up in New Orleans. There's so many times I wouldn't have been here had I not controlled my emotions. I had no choice though, because as a latchkey kid from early on, by the time I started getting into my teenage years, I've been controlling my emotions for a while because I know what will happen. I've seen people not control their emotions and get beat up, get jumped. You see what I'm saying? Neil says, you can't think rational when you're emotions. No. And actually, you know what? Women do a better job at it, but they operate in those emotions a little bit more than we do. As a man, when we start, like the times when I'm the most, I can't get my thoughts straight. Or you ever been in an argument with your significant other, spouse, whatever, and then you start, y'all, you're having a debate or argument, whatever you want to call it, right? If she gets you in your emotions, then you start like, you're not even making sense. Your arguments don't even make sense. That's why it's important to keep that emotional, keep your emotions in check. And not just with your spouse, I'm saying when you go to your work, when you have to deal with your boss, when you have to deal with all these things. But we'll get to that in a second. Let me get back to the Philip said, excuse me there, thank you. I believe our generation was the first generation latchkey kids. Yeah, bro, that latchkey kid thing was crazy. I'm gonna tell y'all one time I lost a fight, right? So I'm a latchkey kid. My mom is working. I believe Mike Tyson had a fight one day, and he knocked this dude out in like 40 something seconds. And then I went outside. It was street lights were already on, but my mom wasn't home, so I went out and hung outside. Got into an argument, and I swear I got into a fight with this kid, and he was a really, really dark-skinned kid. And at the time, I wear contacts, I wear glasses, right? Now I wear reading glasses, right? I have all this stuff. I didn't have contacts at the time. That I could not see him. I got pummeled. Pummeled. It was like them punches were coming out of nowhere. I remember that fight. And I probably deserved some of the blame, but I took a nice one on that one. That was a humbling one. I realized I had to start fighting in the daytime. I couldn't fight at night. Daytime, I have my share of wins. I'll give that. But nighttime, Jesus. I was like, I'll never do that again. But here's the thing. Here I'm all beat up. Mom wasn't home. Yeah, I probably cried it out a little bit, but guess what? I learned to be tough and self-reliant. And I feel like this generation doesn't have that level of toughness or self-reliance because at the end of the day, the world don't give a shit, which we'll talk about more in a little bit. Okay, we already talked about that. All right, cool. So yeah, for like latchkey kid was a real thing. You know, that's actually right. That we probably was the first generation latchkey kid because that's when you started having, dual families working, single moms working. Maybe it was just you and your brothers or your siblings at home, but you guys had to take care of stuff. I know my friends next door, my neighbors, their mom would always be gone to work and then they would have to function. Because I remember they wouldn't do the dishes like they're supposed to. When she come home at night, we sitting there playing games. Man, Miss Deidre didn't play. She did not play. Them dishes not done. Them dishes not done. Man, they be hollering. They say a hit dog hollers. That's exactly what happened to the kids. All right. So I'm not going. Let's move into the meat of it. All right. So the pressure of being a provider. There's a lot of pressure at being a man and being a provider. And you know what? Honestly, ladies, the modern woman is starting to see the pressures that us men go through, because a lot of them are starting to work long hours. They're starting to put in time like us. Now, they haven't all migrated to some of the professions that we're in, the back-breaking labor. Some have, some haven't. But it doesn't matter. Women are starting to work longer hours. And from some of the stuff I've seen, some of them, they want that out. They don't want to be doing that forever because it's back-breaking. Shit, there's probably a reason why we died before y'all women. You know what I mean? So, Neil says, yes, kids get participation awards these days. Yeah, participation award. That doesn't teach you. Giving everybody a trophy doesn't teach you the value of, I lost. Let me go back and work and hone my skills and get better and then try again. Let me go and work on the things that I was deficient on. Let me work on myself and then let me try again. Actually, it's funny I just said that because in the video I was supposed to put out before this live stream, I talk about that. I talk about personal accountability. And that's what giving people a participation award does. It kind of takes away the accountability. Participation awards takes away the I'm going to improve. I'm going to work harder. We're also doing that to these kids. I didn't even, now that we're talking about it, but that's what we're doing. We're making kids softer. And I'm not saying you don't want them so hard, right? Some of the things we went through, maybe we shouldn't have went through. We think it's tough loving, but some of that stuff was abuse in some form. But I tell you what, I always used to tell my kids this. I wish my mom caught me on a couple more of those whippings. I probably wouldn't have done a few other things. See what I'm saying? See what you guys are saying in the chat. It is a society reset. Yeah, I mean, I won't say it's a reset as much as things have been introduced now and the paradigm is shifting away from what we grew up on. And not everything, again, let me be clear, not everything we went through was right. But I can tell you the direction we're going, we've definitely gotten it wrong. We're getting it wrong. There's some things I got to give these kids credit for. They do have an entrepreneurial spirit. And some of them they do have that information. Now, what they do with it, sometimes that's crazy. To me, they at times, this generation could be some of the most hardest working kids you've ever seen in your life. And they also could be some of the laziest I've ever seen in my life. Everything triggers my feelings. Everything hurts me. Why are you talking to me that way? Why are you telling me the truth and it's hurting my feeling? Come on, man. But let's get back to the topic at hand, right? So we're talking about the pressures of being a man. So now that you're out of your mom's house, I don't know how long it took for some of you all to get your first apartment. It really took for me to go into the military. And then I wasn't even in my own apartment. I was like in the barracks. I was sharing a room, like a dorm. So it was kind of like being in college. And then eventually I wound up having a family pretty young. And then from there, we moved into our first house. Right? And so now you have the pressure every day of getting up. I used to have to get up at 5 a.m. every day. I would say for most of my career, I had to get up at 5 a.m. Let me give a shout out real quick to the one and only, the true Gemini. What's going on, brother? How you doing? How you doing, bro? Happy New Year to you. Right? True Gemini and everybody that's just coming in, since we got a couple more people watching. Just so y'all know, today we're talking about men suffering in silence, the feelings that we feel. Now, before I get too deep into this topic, I want you guys to hear, I want you to hear these words. It's from TD Jake, but he makes a great point, okay? I want you guys to hear this. It's just a little screen. I put together this clip. That's why I didn't start on time. But listen to the words, and then we'll come back to this. Let me share my screen with you guys. Okay, so we got that, and I am about to plug in so I can listen while I hit play. Oh, let me mute this real quick.
At home all the time and he's the breadwinner, that's a bad sign. And the problem with being a father is you can never get it 100. If I give you time, we don't have money. If I get the money, you don't have me. I can't be there and earn a living at the same time. I'm limited. And I have an obligation to make sure your life is better than mine. That's part of it. Am I right? The difficult thing about being a father is that everybody wants it now. The kid wants it now. The wife wants it now. The job wants it now. The opportunity is now, because in your early years are your earning years.
Time. All right, I'm back. You guys hear me? Tell me if y'all heard that. Let me know in the chat if y'all heard that. But so TD Jakes brings up a very, very good point. And I didn't even talk about fatherhood. We're still in the beginning stages of talking about just being a man, a young man starting out. You have the pressure of trying to make a better way for yourself, whether that be college, whether that be go find a trade. But in the beginning, as men, we normally just go try to find a job. Everybody heard it? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So when you're in the beginning of a man, you know, we kind of, you know, we could be carefree and having fun at the same time, but there's a lot of pressure because usually as a man, you got to find a place to stay. Women can stay at home a little bit longer. Usually they'll have somebody that'll take a woman in. But when it comes to being a man, there's a point in time people don't want you sleeping on their couch no more. You are expected to be contributing to whatever house you're in as a man. And if you're not, it's kind of what TD Jakes said at the beginning of that clip. If you're a man at home, you already got a bum rap, right? If you're a man at home and you're not putting in that work, people gonna look at you funny. Let's see what it said. We jump straight out to provide and fend for ourselves. Absolutely. Yo, hey, check this out. Me and my mom got into a fight. Oh no, I went out. So I had been paying bills in my mom's house before I graduated and stuff like that. So, you know, when your mom makes a statement like, or your dad or whoever was your parents, but they'll be like, you know, until you start paying bills in this house, don't tell me anything. Well, I've been paying bills in the house. I understand I'm still in school. So I was still respectful. I still cleaned up. I still did my chores, still did everything. I was a good dude. Let me go give another shout out. First of all, if I didn't get a chance to say this, but if you guys are new here or you watching this as pre-recorded, make sure you go check out the brother True Gemini, always going into nature, always giving good thoughts. He actually goes into these awesome places. Check out his channel. Also, let me say hi to my friends Dave and Kathy. No problem. I was late starting the live stream, so you guys aren't too bad. Go check out Dave and Kathy's channel. They go ahead and they take adventures together. They have some very wonderful places they went this summer. Just finished watching the video right before this live stream, which probably helped me to be a little late because I lost track of time. But it was a good video. It was great seeing that bridge and everything. So thank you all for being here. Let me just say thank you all to everybody that's here. I really appreciate it. And I really want to have this conversation on this. I think it's good. I think that we need to talk about this. We're going to get into the weeds here in a little bit. But back to my story. So I went out to Bourbon Street. I was already out of high school. I'd already graduated. I was already still working. I was hanging out with my mom loves my friends. They pretty smart people. Matter of fact, the friends that I had then, they're business owners. They are successful. So it wasn't like I was just hanging out with just anybody. All right. We just had good, clean fun. Right. And at that point, I didn't even partake in the libations. All we wanted to do was go on Bourbon Street and dance a little bit. Okay. So at the end of the day, I came home late. She did not like that I came home late. And she said, "What are you doing coming to my house this late?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? I've been out before like this." She's like, "Well, you don't come in my house past 3 anymore." And I'm like, "Mom, I've been doing this for a minute. What is going on?" Right? What is going on? Just so you know, Lucy and Neil, you guys are I set you guys up as moderators, so just so you know, you guys have access to be able to remove comments if it's spam. Just so you know, I set y'all as moderators. I didn't ask you, I just did it, so just enjoy it. So anyway, I got kicked out of my mom's house, and so for the first year, I was sleeping different. Not first year, but for the first few months, I was sleeping different places. I realized I wasn't making enough. I went and got a second job, but even then, I was just getting burnt out from working 2 jobs. And at the end of the day, I actually had to quit one of the jobs. I ended up kind of homeless. I didn't know where I was sleeping at from night to night. And that eventually led me to joining the Navy. And I said I was never going to join. And I'm going to quote it just the way I said it. I'm never joining the man's military. There's an old saying in Louisiana, hard times make a monkey eat red pepper. Okay. Or it's an old saying, I'll say that. Okay. It's one of them backwoods sayings. Okay. But hard times make a monkey eat red pepper. I was going through hard times. So I went and did something that I needed to do to get out of that situation. And if my grandmother hadn't fed me, I don't know where I would be at. Do you understand what I'm saying? When I went through my separation periods before my divorces, I was homeless. I've been homeless 3 times. That one story when I just got out of high school and twice after the separation. You know why I was homeless while receiving a full paycheck? Because I made sure my family was taken care of. And here it is, I was homeless twice. Had to start over from nothing twice. Nobody cares. My exes had places to go. I did not. Matter of fact, when everything goes down, when you have a split or whatever, you know, people take sides. And people take the woman's side, no matter what happened. Even though they could see with their eyes some of the stuff that was going on, people default to taking the woman's side in there. So it's that was tough, you know. And then here's the thing: I'm gonna use me for example as the best way I could do it. But you know, like I would go out to sea. Oh, let's see what we got. Is that Unc? Oh crap! Great love and effect. That's Unc. All right, let's see what he says. It's tough, but what do? No teachers or instructors. Do we complain? Hell no. We make it happen because no one wants to hear a man's problem. Man up. Great topic, Neff. Thanks, Unc. I appreciate you very much. That's a great point. And we're going to get to that. I actually have a clip that I want you guys to hear. I'm about to probably play it soon because it was really powerful when I heard it, right? Let's see what Neil says. I understand, bro. People don't understand you until you are gone. And that's a whole nother subject. Okay? You can be misunderstood as a father, as a grandfather, as a man, misunderstood. And then you pass away. And then that's when sometimes the truth comes out. Hey, he was working doing this, you know? Or Your dad tried to come see you. Well, why didn't nobody tell me? What was this thing going on behind the scenes where no one told me what the real was? Are you think you're shielding me from something? You're not. Let's see what you say. It's crazy, bro. When things go down with us men, people don't ever understand we're on strong 24/7. We have time when we're weak, but we still have to push on and keep going. It's just what Unc said, right? We got to just man up and keep pushing through. I know that term man up. We always say man up. And it just means shut the hell up. Because nobody gives a shit. That's what it means. Just do what you do, man. Why are you complaining? I'm a dude, you a dude. It's tough on me too. Nobody wants to hear us. We don't even want to hear each other. We don't even want to hear each other. Because nobody wants to listen. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I'm about to play this next clip. Y'all bear with me. Give me 1 second. This one here is pretty powerful. It's there may not be much context to it, but listen to it, because I know it will resonate. All right? Henry, I'm gonna get to your comment after I play the clip real quick. Actually, let me get it now. Yet we need some outlets. Football and motorcycles, my outlet, since no one was there for me. You know what's funny, man? I was lucky that I just had the wherewithal to join sports, and kind of. I think I would have been an excellent wide receiver, because when I played street ball, I made some of the most popular kids in the neighborhood look pretty stupid. That actually probably helped me in the hood, because it was like, oh, this smart kid here is juking the piss out of y'all. So me being able to play basketball helped me, because people were like, yo, the dude with the glasses actually is one of the best basketball players out here. The dude with the glasses can play baseball really well. I even wrestled. I was just good at sports. That probably helped me out so much, because I had mad respect in the hood, because it was like, yo, he can play. He's good, So, and those outlets helped. Those outlets kept me out of trouble. And, look, I can't say I had the best coaches in the world, but just having that other man see you and guide you and give you that direction. That's why having our kids in sports, especially a good team where the coach really does care about the players, is so important, to have that sense of community and family, right? And that's for males and females, women and men's sports. To have that sense of camaraderie, in some cases to have that big brother, that dad that's maybe not there, just that male presence is needed. But we don't realize how important it is. If I wasn't trying to travel or whatever, if I was just chilling and I was white picket fence and I had a house and 2.5 kids and all that stuff, I would probably consider coaching, because I think that'd be one of the most ultimate ways to give back. But that's not to be for me. Okay. And then Henry says, yeah, we need some outlets. Oh, you said that. Okay, cool. I missed that. All right, let's get to this next clip. Again, it's pretty short, but it's very powerful and impacting. I want to know what y'all think after y'all hear it. I got to do a couple things, so just give me 1 second.
I am tired of fighting every single day. I fight to wake up. I fight to go to sleep. All I do is fight for everybody else. But when is somebody to feel like I'm good enough to fight for? I am tired of surviving, and I want to live. You think it's just so easy to get over everything? To just let go? You think I wouldn't give anything to let go? I want to be good enough for somebody.
Be honest.
man, I heard that clip, man, and all I could think about was my my daughters, their mom. Right before I would go out to sea on the submarine, I always got real cold. I always got to a point where I just didn't talk a lot. You know, my family wanted to hug me, and they wanted more time, and they wanted me to do all the little happy things with them, and like I couldn't do it. I couldn't give my family myself before going out to sea because I had to mentally prepare myself and emotionally prepare myself for being gone. And I would tell you there is nothing more than I love than to be on land celebrating the holidays with you guys. I've missed so many holidays, I've lost count. Matter of fact, you know how I know which holidays I missed? When I go ahead and I try to think in my mind's eye about, like, if you say, you know, Christmas, if you say December 2010 or Christmas 2010, if I can't register something in my head, I was probably gone. If you say, oh, what about on your whatever birthday? Like, I don't remember celebrating that birthday. I was probably gone. It's blanks in my memories. And I remember all the way till I was 2. My earliest memory is 2. And I have a memory since then. And those gaps, me just mentally and emotionally preparing myself to basically be in an underwater prison. Some people liked going. It was prison for me. I was just trying to do the time, do my job, do what they asked me and trained me to do, and do it to the best of my abilities while trying to hold it together. Ain't nothing like being underway on a submarine in a capsule somewhere I have no clue at, and then you get a message that something's wrong at home. You want to talk about feeling powerless? And what that dude was talking about, not being able to let it go. How do you let that go? When you're the strong person, everybody puts their problems and their crap on you. Let you be the strong person and you start talking about your stuff. People are like, oh, whatever. They blow it off. You know why they blow it off? Because you are perceived to be strength. Nobody, like, women are starting to figure this out. There was one of these dating coaches. She said she doesn't want to be called strong and independent anymore. She said because when you call a woman strong and independent, people associate her with not needing help. When you think of strong or independent, then you don't need nobody. And she said people were like overlooking me. I needed help, but everyone's like, oh, you got it. No, I really need help. Women are starting to get this now too, some of them. That you don't have to be strong and independent all the time. On the flip side, when a man has a good woman, or this is what men want for the ladies, any ladies that are watching. I want to be able to trust my feelings to the woman that I love. Unfortunately, in today's day and age, you put out your feelings to your woman and she will use them against you. So men don't do it. You want to know why your man don't open up? He don't open up because as soon as he opens his feelings up to you and you get into a fight or things aren't going well, you're going to use his emotions against him. You're going to use his weaknesses against him. The world does the exact same thing to men. So men don't open up. Why the hell? Nobody gives a crap. Let's get to the chat real quick because I'm missing a couple things. Henry says it's very important to have that support and that circle around. Like for me growing up, showing your weakness, people would try to eat you alive or eat you alive. Yeah, alive. Yeah. But I'm happy I was able to find the right guys. I said in the beginning of this live stream, I said that I had a good circle of friends, and those friends are still doing well in life. I'm pretty. Time is the best way to become my friend. You have to show me stuff over time. You have to be there over time. And those friends, you're talking 30-year relationships. I have 30 or more plus year relationships with successful people. Thank God I learned from being a latchkey kid to put myself around the right people and surround yourself with people that you can talk to. Right before, like about an hour before I did the live stream, I was talking to one of my buddies from the military. Been knowing him for 19 years. I talked to him about everything. I can open up to him about anything. My emotions are on the table there with that dude because I trust him. He don't use the stuff against me. He uplifts me. We should be uplifting each other. We should be edifying each other. We should be bringing each other up. The people in the energy we surround ourselves is a huge savior when it comes to mental health, for real. Absolutely, man. And, you know, sometimes we think we don't have anybody. But the truth is we do have people. It's just our pride sometimes doesn't allow us to be able to open up to those people for one reason or the other. Okay? And then Neil says, some women look at you as you're weak if you act a certain way. Then women call you soft. Absolutely. That's why a lot of these guys don't open up now. They don't. They don't. You know, the very last girlfriend I had, which was well over a year ago, I opened up for a microsecond. And she used that, it came back at me. And I was like, wow. Wow. All right, I want to get this. If you guys are interested, anybody's interested in coming on and having a chat with me, let me know. There's in the description of this video itself, there's a link to StreamYard. I think I put it in there last night. You can click that link and you can come on and talk to me. But before I get to that, because we're at that point where I want to open it up for that, I want to play the last clip. This is the last clip. It's very short, it's very sweet. But I want you guys to hear this. So let me transition. Be right back.
Who do you call when you were at your lowest?
Nobody. I'm a man.
Not a single soul. Nobody.
No one. No one cares.
Nobody. I'm a guy. Nobody gives a shit.
Well, to be honest, nobody really gives a fuck when you're a guy.
If I'm being completely honest, no one.
Cole? Cole? Ghostbusters? Oh man,
No one. Not a single fucking person.
that feels like you feel. So we don't do it.
No one. We can call somebody? I just thought nobody gave a fuck because...
That's a compilation of men who were asked, who do you call when you're going through it, when you feel in your lowest, when you don't think when you just feel there's no other way, when you need to get stuff off your chest, who do you call? That's men saying nobody cares. Nobody cares when you're a dude. Nobody gives a crap. And this is the way men feel. This is what men feel. This ain't just the people that's on there. Any man in here that's had any amount of pressure put on him feels this. Feels what these dudes feel. Go poll every dude you get a chance. And they will all tell you, anybody that's put in any type of work or have any type of history or experience is going to tell you they don't feel like nobody cares. Now, do they have people that care for them? Yes. But have they felt alone or in it by themselves at times? Or that the world doesn't care? You're going to get a yes. You're going to get a resounding yes. What's Unc say over there? Unc says that's why brotherhood is important for us men. Yes. We have to. Look, I know I've switched this channel up for you all, for my loyals here who've been around. I've been changing the channel up. I'm going back into the direction I'm going, but I'm still have the same message. I'm just packaging it as something different. Because these topics need to get talked about. These topics have to be talked about. This is only part one. I had so much stuff, okay? I literally couldn't put it all in this one episode. We still haven't talked about being a father. We still haven't even talked about the pain that you go through when you're dealing with trying to see your kids, trying to be in your kid's life. Like TD Jake said, you're working, but you're losing time with your kid. You want to be there, but now you're losing money. You're the bum. Sometimes it's a lose-lose. It's a lose-lose. We haven't even talked about like getting into the relationship aspect of being a man. This was all generality. This is part one. That's what I was going to title the thumbnail part one, but it looked stupid, so I didn't put it on the thumbnail. Okay. We need to talk about this. So this is part one tonight. Let you guys let me know if anybody wants to come on and talk about their experiences on here or anything that they want to share based on what we talked about today. Today we're just talking about generally how men don't feel like they're heard, that men feel like they don't have a voice. That's what we're talking about. There's a link in the description if you want to be a guest. All I ask is if you come on, that you're respectful and that you keep it clean, whatever. Clean, right? You know, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about those clips I just played? Especially like, you know, the second and the third one where, you know, the guys talk about nobody. I want to be able to let go, but I can't. I got to be on guard at all time. As a man, you have to be on guard at all time. You're expected to be on point at all time. Now, listen, there's a lot of pressure. Men feel a lot of pressure, especially it's like nowadays where if you don't have a certain amount of resources or you don't look a certain way, right? We talk about the 6-pack, 6 figures, 6 feet. You can't do nothing about the 6 feet, but the 6-pack and the 6 figures, I mean, that's tough. You don't come in a certain package, you better have a lot of money. There's just a lot of pressure just to like find somebody just to be with that you guys could tolerate each other for your lifetime. That you guys could be together and kind of shuffle through this thing called life. You have all of those as a man. Here's something else that men feel. When you have a family at home and you going out and you working, all of those souls, even if your wife is working, you still have that feeling inside of you that you are responsible for all of those souls. Now, I know there's the argument today that women say that, you know, we're capable and, you know, we're getting the bag and, you know, I don't need no man to take care of me and this, that, and the third, and that's all good. Good and all, good on you for getting what you got to get. But just how women need to feel like their mothers are nurturing or some type of nurturing in their lifetime, something. That's the way men feel about, real men feel about being providers. A real man, just like you feel like you want to be a mother, men have that need to want to work and hustle to provide. The only difference is that if you guys won't, or if women won't insert themselves or be in our life, we are capable of doing that on our own. Because a man will go off into the woods by himself. Because the other thing, gentlemen, back me up if I'm wrong on this one. One of the biggest thing, and I've been claiming this since 2021, the biggest thing that men want is peace. Peace. That's why I'm not gonna get in a relationship today, but peace. I gotta go out into the world. Oh, we got Neil. Okay, hold on, give me a second there, Neil. You still on there, brother? All right, I'm gonna transition this over. Okay, you hear me? All right, cool. Give me a second. I'm gonna transition this thing. Man, I got Neil on here, boy. Man, you messing up now, boy. You messed up, boy. Let me go ahead and make this thing happen. All right, we had Lucy last week, and now we got Neil this week. All right, cool. All right, let me transition over real quick. All right. Bring Neil into the stream. I do not know what's going on with this layout. Why is there 3? What just happened? Hold up. Give me a second. Give me a second. I don't know. I think I hear you. Say something, Neil. I can't hear you.
What's up? You hear me? You hear me?
It says your mic is unmuted, but I don't hear you.
Hold on.
Hold on. It might be me, though. Yeah, I don't hear you for some reason. Do you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear
me? Do a
me?
thumbs up if you hear me. You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't hear you.
Come on.
All right, hold on real quick. Let me see. How do I get this third one out of here? And why is...
You hear me now?
No, I don't want to do that. Why does it keep putting 3 in there? I don't want 3. Bam, we'll do that. All right, cool. All right.
Wait, I may have to go out. Give me.
All right. So I don't know why I can't hear you.
You hear me now?
All right.
Hello?
So you still hear me?
Wait, now I can't hear you. Oh, okay, I got you. Hello? I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Oh, you can hear him? Y'all can hear him? Oh, y'all can hear him, but can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Because I'm like, why can't I hear him? So they hear you and I can't hear you. All right, let's try something else. No, that's not going to work either. That is not going to work either.
Well, no, I can come off.
What can we do? Let's try. Oh, you can. Yeah, I can hear you both. Yeah, but I can't hear him. I can't have the conversation if I can't hear him. We can't. I'm just watching him laugh. I can't hear what he's saying. Why can't I hear you though? All right, let me see something real quick. Hold up, Neil. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm sorry about this technical difficulties.
I get
okay.
You.
Oh, now I hear you.
Oh, okay, cool.
You hear me?
Yes.
Oh, that sucks. Now I gotta move this closer. There we go. Oh, sorry about that, y'all. See, technical difficulties. What's going on?
Man, nothing much, man.
Nowadays, where if you don't have a certain amount of resources, now I'm hearing feedback. Is somebody playing something back in the background?
No.
Oh, you know. Hold on real quick. I might have to turn this down. All right. What just happened?
Lost picture. Okay,
there we go.
Back.
All right, real quick. Give me a second. Because we'll translate. That would have been funny. All right. David Cat says, it's a lot of responsibility. Hold on real quick. I can read it from this screen. There we go. Amen. Channel my inner Mr. Johnson. It's a lot of responsibility. That's true. Being a man, father, and husband. But it's a labor of love. Kathy, my wife, had a hard job. Also, our responses were equally split. We became a team. That's great. That's great. Yep. Yes, it is. Well, it's a partnership, right, Neil?
Yes, exactly. But unfortunately now our society kind of flipped the script. So now you have women that all want to be like the man until, like you said, until all the pressure of being the man comes through. Now they want to go back into being a woman. But it's like it's always combating. We need to be a team, not an enemy. And that's what a lot of women do now. And now men are confused, especially the younger generation, with no men around. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, they confused, like, should I act like this? Or should I be like this? And the woman looking at you, looking at the young man like, you need to be a man, but you doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing. It's
right.
Here, so I get it. I get it, man.
I think that you have women working as many hours as men.
True.
And they're working just as hard as men at some of these jobs.
Correct.
And I think what they're finding out is the pressure and the stress that we've been going through, they're feeling it.
Exactly.
And it has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with your sex. It has nothing to do with any of that stuff. It's just that there's a masculine energy with working long jobs, hard jobs, long hours. And I think that a lot of women are getting into their masculine energy, trying to survive in that world, corporate America, business world, just working, you know.
Exactly. I agree 1,000% with you. I agree 1,000%. And so sometimes they say, like, the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. That's exactly the analogy. Everybody wants to say, I'm independent. I can do what I want. I don't need no man. Okay.
Yes.
Come on my shoes, go on the other side. And then you realize what real man has to go through.
Oh, absolutely. And I have a video coming out tomorrow, and I think it's going to be exactly this point we just talked about. Right? We're going. It's. I don't even want to tell you, but it's going to be really good. And I have another video I'm putting out tonight. I hate to put out videos late, but I got to get this video out tonight.
Well, we appreciate you as men talking about these subjects, because I've been looking through YouTube. Nobody want to touch these subjects. Nobody want to talk about how men really feel and about in today's society. It's like they're scared, you know, to tell the truth.
No. And I wanted to be honest, because we're talking about what men feel, what we are feeling, and what we perceive we feel.
Exactly.
Now we're quick to watch the Dr. Phil's, the Oprahs, and we always know what women feel. I found a clip last night that I'm making a video of tomorrow based on what women feel.
Okay.
Today, in the next few live streams, I want to get into what we're feeling, because I want to get that out there. I want to get those pressures out there. So go ahead, man. Where's that?
Yeah, no, it needs to be said, because I know it's been many times I'll be wanting to say something, and I'm married, and we a team, but as a man, I'll be like, okay, I can't tell my lady this. She may think a certain way, or I have to hold it in, and that's not healthy at all. And you lash out. That's why I always walk away. I go out the door quick, because I can't explain myself, because it's going to make me look weak.
Right. Now, men, I want everybody to chime in. It don't even have to be a man to appreciate this. You just have to be somebody that worked pretty damn hard. But what you just said, it's why when we come home, that first 30 minutes, 20, 30, hour if we can get it, and you just need that peace, that quiet, sit in my chair. You may not even be doing anything. It's just decompressing. What? Tell me
a lot of women don't know how to do that. A lot of people, once they see us, it's just like, I hate to use the analogy, but how you have kids and the kids see you, oh, daddy, and stuff like that. It's the same. And when they see us, they don't really think about what happened to us in our day. They just see us and be like, oh, my baby home. But we be like, I had a hard day. The boss was yelling at me. They put all this work on me. I just need to relax for about 30 minutes. And that's it.
Right. Right.
Because my father, he used to snap.
Y'all know if I come through this door.
He was like, don't talk to me. He used to get him a beer, smoke outside on the porch. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me.
Yeah. And the reason why we do that, he did that, is because the stress, just the sheer, even if the day was just straight vanilla, normal job, it's just being on that grind for so many years. It adds up. Let me see what Henry said. Right. My dad wouldn't want to hear ish when we got home. I know I didn't. And I talked about my story about before I go out to sea, how hard I'd be. When I get home, I'm equally hard. You know, I just want peace. Let me know what you think, bro.
Well, peace, unfortunately, our peace is not women peace. Like
Yes.
a woman thinks totally different, and us men, we literally mean peace. Let us be quiet. Let me get into my thoughts. We still have the same issues at hand, but what we was talking about earlier about controlling our emotions, we need that to control ourselves. Because guess what? We're going to lash out. And then the lady your woman be like, why you acting like that? Why you this? I'm like, you coming at me. I had a long day. Please, just let me be. I go through that all the time, man. Don't even get
me. And Henry agrees with you. He says our peace is different than women peace.
Yeah, yes, it is. And that women are, wow, I hate saying it like this. Women love to congregate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They love to say, they like to talk. Us men, it's not that we don't want to talk to each other. It's just like the clip you put. I have to work. If I gotta go to work, I can't be with the family. If I spend time with the family, I can't make the money. So we caught in a rock and a hard place, and we can never make anybody happy. So I get it, man.
And that's what TD Jakes said in that first clip. He said, man, if you give yourself one way, something else suffers. Right? So
no, you tell the truth.
That happened to me with my son's mom. We were partying too much, happy we were in Hawaii, and I was getting in trouble at work. So I put my focus back into work, and then my marriage suffered. And then when I was focused on the marriage, the job suffered. I couldn't get it right.
And that's why so many.
Go ahead.
It's so many relationships go in different ways, because it's like in our society, it used to. Well, okay, in the 30s, our grandparents, right? You had the wife stay at home, take care of the kids in the house. The man made the money. It was an understanding. I'm just okay, but when the family got messed up, where the father wasn't around too often, then the mother had to go work. It just messed everything up to the point. Yeah. I'm not saying go back in the good old days. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is we knew our lane, and don't be putting me like a ball or anything. No, it's like everybody knew their lane and what their role was for the family. But now you got women and men bumping heads, and us men is saying we was taught to be a provider, but now you want to be a provider and tell me what to do. You don't want to work. You don't want to tag team. We are together, right? Yeah. And a lot of women, some women be like, nah, I'm educated. You don't have no education. You only got a high school diploma and stuff like that, man. Man, these modern women something else. I say less.
I wish some woman come tell me about education. I always laugh when they come with that one. It's like, I did nuclear engineering.
You can't beat that one.
And I'm still just a chill, beer drinking, sip. So look, Henry said it. We like to chill, real talk, have a drink, and chill. We cool with just being silent and not exchanging words. Absolutely. Oh, y'all missed it. The drink before I got done. This is called the Simsational Gent. All right. But let's see. Henry says, but that's because we put 100% in what we focus on. It does become hard to divide things. Like all of us falls guilty in believing, let's keep work at work and home issues at home. But they both merge. Yeah, they both merge.
They do.
Yeah, they absolutely do.
They do.
They do. Because that's what you were saying, Neil. You get home and you're trying your best not to bring your work frustration home.
Right.
Now imagine I wanted to share with my exes,
Right.
but the stuff I worked on was confidential.
Oh, yeah. So you couldn't say anything.
So there's certain things I just couldn't talk about. See what I'm saying?
And it bottles in. You want to say something, but you can't.
I wanted to. And I couldn't. Because I didn't know how to describe a story. And I'd be like, oh no. I mean, you eventually get good at doing it, but it's still like it's not the same.
And then when you don't say something, they're like, what's wrong? What's wrong? That's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
And then they look at you like you being funny.
Yeah. You just said something. When you get the what's wrong, and you say nothing, I had a clip. When a man says, all right, how you doing? I'm all right. That man got more going on.
Yes.
Right? That man got more going on. But what happens is when we have to answer that question in full, it takes us to our emotions. And we're not trying to operate them.
Yeah, because we know our emotions will get out of hand.
Yes. Yeah. Because you want to end up like the dude on the second clip where he's yelling. Where that second clip I had?
Right.
And the guy was yelling. If we really let it go, it'd be like the Phoenix Force.
It'd be you can't man, don't get me started on my on the X-Men. Don't get me started. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be like the Phoenix Force, bro.
Oh man, it was impossible to stop, bro.
It'd be like Johnny Blaze, flame on.
Okay, I was gonna say something. Which one you wanted? The black one or the white one?
I already look like I'm wearing that outfit from the second Fantastic Four. I'm not quite yoked like Michael B. Jordan, but
you there. You there.
I don't have the abs.
Man, I'm telling you. I'm trying I checked out your other channel with your health and fitness, and I was like, man, that got me wanting to start going back, not the beginning of the year.
Right. Yeah. No. Henry speaking facts. It's Wolverine Berserker Rage.
Yeah. That's
yeah. That's actually my favorite two. If you got my favorite two heroes, it's Wolverine and Superman.
Oh man. Oh man. But for me, see, I like Vegeta. You can see all
yeah, you do anime stuff.
Right. I love Vegeta and I love Wolverine because Wolverine was just straight to the point, and he loved, but he was rogue. He was like, no, I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I could go deep into that movie too. He was so old, but looked so young, and he was still kicking butt. I mean, it was a whole backstory. But don't get me into the X-Men series. The X-Men series was totally jacked up from the start. They need to do a whole new reboot and forget all the Me Too stuff and whatever. Just go ahead and do another reboot under Marvel, and I think they would do well. I'm sorry.
All right. Let's bring it back to topic.
Okay. I'm sorry, bro.
But I get what you're saying. So look, let's kind of wrap this.
Okay.
What do you think is lacking? Why do you think men are feeling the way they feel today? Like, why do you feel that men feel less hurt than ever? Or why are we starting to gravitate to these type of outlets? What do y'all think?
Because we was never taught to have an outlet. Like you said earlier, we was there to just say, suck it up. Okay. And the younger generation now, they so into their emotions, nobody's teaching them how to control that emotion.
Right.
So where we at right now, we need more men coming together and talking about these issues, because they have a lot of us men, like we introverts, like we by ourselves, and we not. Like you, me, here, we all talking right now, and others, and that's what's important. They just teach us you guys suck it up and call it a day.
So Henry, you said because of how we were raised. Expound on that. What do you mean? I'm gonna say that I think it has a lot to do with, I think that you see more men coming to outlets like this because in the past, like I said earlier, you've had the Oprahs, the Phil Donahues. There's never really been a man's talk show.
Not to my knowledge.
Because first of all, we don't have time to watch stuff like that. Like,
True. Because we always. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to make me laugh, man. I'm trying to stay on point with you, man.
I know. Let me get to Henry's comment. Henry was like, men don't cry. We have to be strong. We are the leaders of the household. Yet we aren't shown or taught how to control our emotions. Yeah. There's a video clip, and I wanted to find this one. Have y'all seen the video clip with the dude that's teaching karate? And the kid is punching the wood, and he starts to cry. So the black dude takes a knee, and he said, "You're crying. That's okay. I'm here with you. You know, it's okay to be in your emotion, but we have to channel that." Oh, it's a beautiful clip. If I find that clip, I'm bringing it to the show. I don't even care what the topic is.
Yeah, because I would like to hear that. That's a nice statement right there.
Yeah, no, it's a. All right, moderator. All right, hold on. Oh, Jerome. All right. Hey, what's up? This is my boy Jerome. We grew up together. He was one of them dudes I ended out. Actually, he didn't go to Bourbon Street all the time, but we used to hang out. We grew up together. All right. Jerome says, I was always taught to have a hobby or do something to take your mind off of the issue at hand. Yeah. Jerome, I'm kind of curious. Since you're here, you had a 2-parent household. And when it came to managing your emotions, what do you think you got from your parents? Your parents is old school country, but I'm saying as far as being able to express your emotion, what do you feel you got from your parents? Good or bad? Let me know in the comments. And then Henry says, Facts. Like if it wasn't for sports or riding motorcycles, I don't know where I'd be. Oh, hell no. Yeah. If I didn't play sports, man, because I grew up an only child. So there was a lot of time I spent alone, or I go outside and play with the neighborhood kids. But I spent a lot of time alone. Okay. He said, you know that ain't fair. His parents are something else. They're great people. They're great people, but you know my parents are not sensitive. His parents hard. His parents hard, bro.
Oh man, that was our family. My dad was the king of sarcasm. You couldn't be soft around him. He will let you know, like if I hurt my hand and I was running and hurt, he said, I told you not to run. That's why you hurt your hand. I sit you behind over in the corner. You know? Mm-hmm. So our sarcasm, man, the king of sarcasm right there.
Yeah, man. See, my mother worked all the time. So you talking like a hardened woman. So even though I didn't have that male figure in the house, I saw my mom act as stoic as any dude, mm-hmm. along with the other men that was in and out of my life, right? But so I got kind of lucky.
Yeah.
Hold on real quick. They told me to tough things out and nip problems in the bud. That sound like your parents. Bro, that sound like them. Henry says, I grew up in a 2-parent household, but my dad didn't show us love. He showed us how to provide and protect. When it came to love, I learned that from my mother. However, how to be a man, you got from your dad, I'm assuming. Right. And Jerome says, deal with the problem, get past it, do your best to keep a sound mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's the man mentality, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's in a nutshell. So what you about to say, Neil?
No, I just want to say thank you for having this live stream for us men, because I know it needs to be said, and I really appreciate this. And thanks for having me on. And,
yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Because I'm about to set up myself, my friend, but I'm going to have to get
out here. Yeah, you got your. I saw you had your little 7 o'clock diggly do. All right. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna cut you out of this. I'm gonna close out the show because I know you gotta get ready. I'll be at your live stream. Hey, if you guys are watching, pre-recorded, whatever, go check out Neil's channel. And he does his live streams at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
10 p.m. Eastern.
All right. Boom.
All right, I'm gonna cut you out of there. All right. Out, bro. All right, yo. Hold on 1 second. Let me get my setup back. Hey, that was a great talk, man. That was a great talk having Neil on. I want to have you guys on more, so hopefully next week you guys are prepared with your audio, your video, or whatever. I'm out of my drink. The Simsational Gent is done. Let me know down in the chat. Can you guys hear me real quick so I can close out the show real quick? I still got some more comments though. Jerome said that. What to do as a man, how to love as a man, to love a woman, love a child, how to treat personal situations and deal with issues. I had to learn that from my friends and on my own. Oh, yeah. You know what? Yeah, I told you I was a latchkey kid. And I had to learn so much on my own. Like, that's why I think that I had my failed relationships, not because I don't think I wasn't doing some of the right things. I honestly believe I was. I can say that. I'm not being brash. I would cook. I would do all kinds of things. I spent time with my kids as a father when I was younger or when they were younger. And I love doing those things. but I still had to learn how to be a man. And there was things I just didn't know. There was just ways to handle situations that I just didn't know about or I just didn't understand at the time. You see what I'm saying? It took for me to go through a few things to understand how to be in my manhood. I can sit here and admit that. I can say that as much as I already knew how to cook and as much as I knew how to keep things clean, and I just kind of knew how to take care of my bills and be responsible. But there are man things that it would have been nice to like have that father around to be able to teach you some of that stuff. But you just kind of had to pick it up. You kind of just had to learn it on your own. Thank you all for letting me know that y'all can hear me. I appreciate that. Real quick in the chat, Dave and Kathy says, great topic. Thank you. And then I'll tell y'all in a second about next week's topic. Henry says, yes, thank you for the show. Most definitely we need more of these for real. Yes, this is like probably part 1 of 3 or 4 because we still haven't even talked about being a man as defined as being a father or even being an uncle or being a mentor, right? We're talking about the aspects of being a man where you are trying to be a nurturer as a father and that balance. We kind of talked about it a little bit, but I'm talking about when you're in it, some of the issues that men face where, you know, I can't wait to bring those clips, but like, you guys will see. Great job, both of you. Oh, thank you, Lucy. I appreciate that very much. Everybody can hear me. Dave and Kat say we've all had failed relationships. Yeah. And, you know, it's funny that you say that. I was supposed to put out a video before I did this live stream, and I really hate putting out videos late in the evening because they don't do so well. But I will be putting out a video directly after this, and it's from it's a man who talks about you just got to see it. He just kind of feels like too many men are starting to blame women for their issues, and that's kind of where the clip goes. I don't want to give it all away because I do rebut to that. I do talk about it. I do agree with some of the points. And I just think it's going to be powerful. So hopefully you guys check out that video. It's going to take me about 10 minutes to load up. I'm going to do an instant premiere, and then we can go ahead and have that. But yeah, that's a whole nother topic, though, about failed relationships. All right. Then one doesn't. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, this is part 1. There are so many aspects. Like, this is the topics, the different topics that we still got to get through. And I've only gotten through 1, right? And we haven't even talked about how a man feels when his heart is broken and how that perpetuates the cycle of bad relationships and why you might come across a jerk who might have been a good dude and just became a jerk, right? We're going to talk about all that kind of stuff here in the future. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff, toxic masculinity. Women are talking about when women don't let men lead, how that makes them feel. I mean, we have a lot of subjects to talk about. So I hope you guys rock with me. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Let me go ahead, please, before y'all dip out, let me give a shout out to everybody that came through here, except the person I had to block out of here. Okay. Thank you, Dave and Kathy, for being here. All right. Brick Girls Go Stay Side. Lucy, thank you for being here always. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. And then we have my boy Henry True Gemini in the house. Okay. My brother from another mother who I grew up with, Jerome. Just the fact, brother, can I say this? Just the fact that you're one of my longest friends means so much to me. And you're talking about being on topic for today about men needing outlet and needing each other. Man, I've been talking to you. I've been rapping with you about everything going on in my life lately, or at least with everything I'm thinking about with this. And you were there for me, man. I appreciate that. Because you're like one of the few people I can call late at night. I need other vampires in the house, right? And then where is, I feel like I'm missing. Oh, there we go. And then we have Neil. I have a story to tell, who was here. You actually saw him on camera. He is the second person to show up on the show. We also have my Uncle Nolan, who actually chimed in on the show. Thank you, Uncle. Am I missing anyone? So if you guys come to the live stream, you come to the chat, just know that I'm going to shout you out. I'm going to, you know, give you a thanks. I'm thankful to all my new subscribers. I have a lot of new subscribers right now, a lot, okay? And I plan on continuing to bring these type of topics up because we need to be able to talk about this. It's not trying to bash women. It's just to get our feelings out there as men. I want to have these shows out there so women, men too, can go there and know that there's an outlet that you can talk about your feelings. We need that. We need that in this space. We need to be able to talk about these things and talk about our experiences. And then maybe, well, you know, the purpose of this show is that we improve ourselves, find our purpose, and in the end, live our best life. So anyway, you guys all have a great night, and you'll know what to do.